Pal. 4 is Dom Samurai, runner-up last year. Chris Maud in the saddle. Number 5, Fiddling the Fax, Mick Fitzgerald. 6 is Sam Lee, a grand stayer on his day, Rodney Farrant. 7, Hymn of Praise, Jimmy McCarthy, another good stayer. Number 8 is Sail by the Stars, Steve Wynn in the saddle. 9, Forest Ivory, Adrian Maguire. 10, Arthur Mole, Timmy Murphy. 11, Tour d'Arc Express, the last start at Ascot winner, Warren Marston. 12, Kendall Cavalier, very good stayer, Barry Fenton. And 13, Choice D, Robert Widger, who's entitled to a £5 allowance, but he's actually claiming only 3, but he's £2 over. And number 14 is See Enough, Danny O'Sullivan, claiming 7. So 14 runners on this heavy ground for the Coral Welsh National, a real race for stayers.
Was second in the Hennessy to Teton Mill. That form looks good. 11-2, McCoy on board. After him, Mac George off 10 stone 10, beat Tour d'Arc Express over 3 miles 2 furlongs at Warwick. He's a good horse, this. Don't write him off. 6-1 at the moment. The Tiny Grey, Dom Samurai in Brian Kilpatrick's colours, second in this race last year, better than ever. 9-2 joint favourite from 5-1. The mare, Fiddling the Fax, third in the Hennessy, and Nikki Henderson said she's come on for that run. 11-2 from 6-1. Sam Lee, blinkered as ever, Rod Farron on board, and his first ever fall last time was amazing. He was third in this race last year, 20-1 from 16s. Hymn of Praise, rather disappointing, 5th in the Hennessy, but he did run on. 16-1 from 14-1. He stays forever, this horse. Jimmy McCarthy on board. Sail by the Stars, another mare, Steve Wynn, 7th in the Hennessy, finished very tired indeed. Then we've got Maguire after this one on Forest Ivory. £12 better off with Kendall Cavalier, this horse, in the stripes. That's Forest Ivory. Arthur Mole will come through. Oh, there he is. We're still 12-1 Forest Ivory, but as I say, he's a lot better off with Kendall Cavalier from their meeting here last time. After him should come Arthur Mole in the Sturt colours. Arthur Mole having his first run for almost a year. Timmy Murphy on board, but this horse has got some good form, you know, but he's not tried over this distance. 33-1. Tour d'Arc Express, big chance this one. He's out of the handicap. Warren Marston rides. Paul Nicholls' chains bolted up last time at Ascot. That's how a chaser should look. 9-1 from 10s. Kendall Cavalier will follow him, another grey, and Kendall Cavalier having his first run for Nigel Hawke today. I think that 3.5 miles isn't quite far enough for him, but he'll run well. The conditions will suit. 14-1. Choice D, Fred Sainsbury's colours. Now, he's capable of winning a big race, but I don't think this big. 150-1 from 100s. That about is his chance. Robert Widger on board. Last but not least, See Enough from Bob Buckler's yard. Danny O'Sullivan claiming 7. Well, this fellow, again 150-1, is £31. He's rated below the 10 stone that he is due to carry.
At the moment, they're joint favourites at 9-2. That's Dom Samurai and Earth Summit.
No, I can't go there. I can't go from here. I won't let you go.
That's Chris Maud talking to the starter. Hymn of Praise is out the back. So too is Choice D. First Summit, 9-2 favourites. Dom Samurai 5s, and Fiddling the Fax into 5-1 now. The mare, who's on the outside of the line. That's it, he lets them go. And they're off and running in the Coral Welsh National of 1998, and the first to begin is Kendall Cavalier as they charge downhill, but headed off by Tour d'Arc Express. Just behind them, Deep and McGeorge is there as well as they head around the stable bend. They're followed by Kendall Cavalier, and back in the field is See Enough, followed then by Forest Ivory as they start the climb uphill out of the back now, and behind Forest Ivory at this stage is Arthur Mole. There's Earth Summit out deep on the track, followed then by Sail by the Stars and Dom Samurai, followed then by Fiddling the Fax, and right out the back is Hymn of Praise as they're climbing uphill now. They have a run of about half a mile to the first jump, and the leader is Tour d'Arc Express by half a length to McGeorge. A length and a half away then in third is Deep up on the outside of See Enough, 3 parts away Arthur Mole, followed further back then by Kendall Cavalier as they come to the first of 22 fences. Earth Summit jumped it out wider, followed then by Fiddling the Fax and Forest Ivory. A length and a half then to Dom Samurai, who's well back in the field as they come to the second, an open ditch. There followed then back in the field Dom Samurai by Him of Praise, out wider from Choice D, and Sam Lee is last of all as they head to the third. The leader over it is McGeorge by half a length or so. Two in second, Torduff Express. 2 lengths away, You Deep. Followed in third by See Enough, and then Arthur Mole, who's out wider. 1 length further back is Fiddling the Fax as they sail over the water. Then Forest Ivory, who's on the inside of runners. Further back in the field is Sail by the Stars from Kendall Cavalier. 2 lengths to Earth Summit, followed by Sam Lee. Then Choice D back in the field from Him of Praise as they come to the next plain fence. And a long gap then to Dom Samurai, who's lost touch with the field. He's about 5 or 6 lengths behind the second last horse. Heading towards the sixth, and the leader here is McGeorge on the inside. First to rise from Torduff Express. There's Dom Samurai, 6 lengths behind the second last horse as they race down the back now. McGeorge the leader by 2 lengths, Torduff Express, then See Enough in third. Then on the outside, You Deep in fourth, followed further back by Forest Ivory. Arthur Mole is back in the field as well at this stage, followed by Sail by the Stars. Choice D being passed by Fiddling the Fax and Kendall Cavalier. Then Earth Summit out deep on the track, being tracked now by Sam Lee as the pace up front starts to slacken a bit. Back in the field is Him of Praise at this stage, and still tailed off is Dom Samurai, giving the leader about 15 lengths start as they round the home turn. Well, what a race it is up front as they head around the home turn in the Coral Welsh National, and right up there we see Torduff Express, who's up on the outside, takes it up now. McGeorge just drops in behind. That's Arthur Mole, who's very wide off the track. You Deep is right there in the centre as they head now towards the next fence. The first in the home straight. Fiddling the Fax wasn't too fluent at it, and she lost ground on the inside as they head towards the second open ditch. And McGeorge over on the far side. In the centre with the nose band is Torduff Express. On the near side, the other nose band of You Deep. In behind them is Earth Summit, followed by Fiddling the Fax and See Enough. Further back in the field, Sail by the Stars, and then Arthur Mole, who's on the outside as they come to the ninth. Well back in the field, in centre field, Kendall Cavalier, followed by Sam Lee. Behind them at this stage is Forest Ivory, followed by Choice D, Him of Praise, as they come towards the next plain one. And still tailed off is Dom Samurai, and making no impression whatsoever. In fact, he's got even further behind. Coming towards the 11th in the Coral Welsh National, and the leader McGeorge on the far side, just headed by Torduff Express again at that. You Deep is up in the box seat on the outside. Fiddling the Fax very handy in fourth. A length away, Sail by the Stars, followed by Forest Ivory, then Arthur Mole on the near side. In behind them is Choice D, followed by Earth Summit, who's about 6 lengths behind them, the leader. Further back then is Kendall Cavalier from Him of Praise. Sam Lee out wide from See Enough, and Dom Samurai is about 80 yards behind the second last horse. And all 14 are still standing as they race past the judge, leave him behind and go around the stable bend. The leader is Torduff Express by a length and a half to McGeorge in second. They're followed in third by You Deep at this stage, followed by Forest Ivory and Fiddling the Fax, who's running a great race. A length away then is Arthur Mole, followed on the inside by Choice D, then Sam Lee out wider. Sail by the Stars right there in the centre from Kendall Cavalier. Half a length then to Earth Summit, 2 lengths to Him of Praise, scrubbed up and doing nothing from See Enough. And Dom Samurai is still 80 yards behind the second last horse as they enter the back now towards the 12th fence. A plain one coming up in the Welsh National, and Torduff Express out in front but joined again by McGeorge. You Deep put in a mighty leap at that one and jumped up sides them. 2 lengths away, Forest Ivory running a good race for Adrian Maguire. Then out wider on the track is Fiddling the Fax as they come to the next open ditch. Then Arthur Mole from Kendall Cavalier, Choice D. A gap then to Earth Summit, followed back in the field by Sail by the Stars as they come to the next plain fence. Then Earth Summit, who made a mistake at that. That's knocked him back and he gets a slap with the whip, followed by See Enough, followed by Him of Praise. Sam Lee's losing touch with him, and Dom Samurai is tailed off. going towards the water, and You Deep and Torduff Express out in front here from on the inside. McGeorge, Forest Ivory's grabbed hold of the bit and come up there as well. Fiddling the Facts behind them, followed by Choisty as they come towards the next plain fence. Half a mole out wider from Kendall Cavalier and Sail by the Stars. 8 or 10 lengths then to behind them, See Enough. Earth Summit has called it a day, I reckon, has dropped right out. Sam Lee has been pulled up. Further back in the field is Hymn of Praise as they head over the last one down the back, and Dom Samurai is still tailed off as they race out of the back now. A long run before they reach the fifth last, and there's 13 still left in the race. It's Mr. McGeorge on the inside, who's now being tackled by You Deep. You Deep on the outside, driven up, takes it up now from McGeorge. Then Torduff Express in third, followed by Fiddling the Facts and Forest Ivory. Kendall Cavalier behind them from Sail by the Stars. A long gap of 4 lengths then to Choisty. Forget about Earth Summit and also See Enough, followed by Hymn of Praise. Half a mole will be pulled up, and Dom Samurai is still tailed off. Rounding the turn now with 5 left to jump in the Coral Welsh National, and You Deep over on the far side is just the leader here. It's You Deep as they come towards 5 out from Kendall Cavalier on the near side. Fiddling the Facts goes into a clear second, followed further back then in the field as they come towards the fourth last now, Forest Ivory and also McGeorge. At the fourth last, the last of the ditches, You Deep in the centre is just the leader over it from Fiddling the Facts. Forest Ivory behind them from Kendall Cavalier, McGeorge, then Torduff Express. They race up with 3 left to jump. You Deep running a great race. Come towards on the near side. Fiddling the Facts is a clear leader over it. It's Fiddling the Facts from You Deep. Kendall Cavalier putting in giant strides. Then Forest Ivory. 2 left to jump in the Welsh National. And it's Kendall Cavalier who gets over it from Fiddling the Facts. Then Forest Ivory, You Deep trying to raise another effort. A long gap, Sail by the Stars. 1 left to jump. It's Kendall Cavalier. Kendall Cavalier on the far side. Fiddling the Facts the near side. Then Forest Ivory, You Deep. 100 yards left to go. Staying's the name of the game. And Kendall Cavalier has untold reserves of stamina. Kendall Cavalier 2 in front. Here's Fiddling the Facts putting in a great run down the outside, but Kendall Cavalier gets the Coral Welsh National by half a length to Fiddling the Facts. Forest Ivory is third. You Deep fourth, followed by Sail by the Stars, McGeorge, See Enough, then Hymn of Praise, Torduff Express, and they are the only finishers. Looking down the course, Choisty pulled up, Dom Samurai pulled up, Earth Summit pulled up as they come back after the Coral Welsh National. The winner, number 12, Kendall Cavalier, at 14-1. Kendall Cavalier, owned by Michael Wingfield Deadbeat, trained by Nigel Hawke and ridden by Barry Fenton. What a great performance it was. Second is number 5, Fiddling the Facts, owned by Mrs. E. Roberts, trained by Nicky Henderson, ridden by Mick Fitzgerald. Third, number 9, Forest Ivory, owned by Old Foresters Partnership, trained by David Nicholson, ridden by Adrian Maguire. And fourth, number 2, You Deep, owned by David Johnson, trained by Martin Piper, ridden by Tony McCoy. And fifth was Sail by the Stars. And as you can see, there weren't too many finishers. McGeorge was 6th, but the winner is Kendall Cavalier, a horse that has always been held in high regard by my colleague Richard Pittman.
Yes, Jim, I'm on for the Grand National itself, and today it's guts and jumping. Watch Barry Fenton ask here. It's a big one at the end of a staying race. Look at this horse. Big. Doesn't that win nationals? A real slog here. Some of the big horses out of the picture by now. Bad luck for Rod Millman, who's prepared this horse and only lost him a week ago. Well done to Nigel Hawke, who's got him now, but you must sympathise with Rod Millman. But the horse stays forever. In fact, this isn't even far enough for him, and he'll come into the Grand National picture now in a big way. But he's won the Coral National today from sheer stamina. Fiddling the Facts, the mare, really running on well. She run well first time, she improved. Back there in third place, Forest Ivory, who put up a good run, even though he was worse off with this horse from their most recent run here at the last meeting. But a worthy winner, and I can tell you Michael Winfield Digby, who leads him in, could be doing that again at Aintree and March. This was a disappointment for the other grey, of course, Dom Samurai, who never got in the race.
National on Seagram. Now he's won the Welsh National as a trainer, and he's talking to Jonathan Powell. Well, Nigel, you've had this horse a week. What a start to your career together.
Yeah, I mean, marvellous. I mean, as I said, to be fair to Rod had a marvellous year last year with him. It was only due the horse was getting a bit tired. He just wanted to change the scenery. It couldn't be better.
How far has he moved from Rod Milman's to you?
Oh, I would say about 25 miles.
25 miles, it made a big difference in a week?
I think it has done, because we've played around with him for the last week and just got to know the horse. He's got to know us. Totally different environment. He's been across farms and everywhere else, and we've just really just spruced him out, and you see today it's certainly done the trick.
And your first winner of the season?
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, you say that we haven't run an awful lot. We've got an awful lot of young horses this year. We've had very few runners this season.
But this horse was fairly long way out of the handicap. How hopeful were you this morning that he could beat?
We were 12, 13 pound out of the handicap, but what I said to the owner, he loves the track, he loves the trip, he loves the ground. We had to look at the race, and touch wood, this worked the right way.
And as the race unfolded, he always stays, he's always running on at the end, but Fitting the Facts was really going very well in front.
Yeah, I mean, I said to Barry beforehand, if we stay, he's not the quickest in the world, but he just keep galloping. We held our position for this first mile and a half. From that point onwards, as long as we held a position, we had to be in the shake-up. And it proved the farther he goes, the better he goes. Might be a national horse.
Well, Nigel, you made your name by winning the National on Seagram. You came with an astonishing late run. I think it was the catch Garrison Savannah who was 5 or 6 lengths clear halfway up the run-in. You could see this horse staying at Liverpool all day long.
Yeah, he stays and he jumps, and that's what you need for that type of race. There's a lot of races in between. We've just got to start sitting down, really planning where we go from here, and hopefully handicapper won't kill us.
Well, you've got a lot of nice dreams to come in the next few months.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You sat on the horse?
No, actually, I sat in when my governor used to train him.